All right, everyone, great job this week. The initial programming for Wander is gone through all the quality tests and has all been approved. And we're still within our budget for the week, so well job to everyone. And that'll be it. Do we have any questions? No? All right. Well, you guys have a great weekend. Thank you guys so much for all your hard work, all right?
Hello, Miss McCain.
Hi, Lauren. How you doing?
Good. Can I just steal a minute of your time?
Of course. Yeah, come sit. What can I help you with, Lauren?
Well, as you know, I'm in my senior year of college as a computer science major, and I've interned here for the summer, and I was just kind of looking for some mentorship into the job field, and I was wondering what your process was and how you came to be in the position you were today.
Well, of course. Take a seat.
So what was the pathway you took for your education, and why did you choose this career field?
So, from a young age, I was really in love with math and science. It was always my favorite subject, and that is what really steered me towards computer science once I learned about the field and learned how much math and science are required in classes. I kind of knew, I would say by freshman year, that it was definitely the path that I was going to go to. The tech field in general was something that very much interested me, which is why I decided to go that route, and I decided to go through Valencia college up in Orlando, and I definitely learned a lot of lessons that helped me succeed in my future career from Valencia. Specifically, my class, New Student Experience, I took my freshman year. In New Student Experience, I learned so many things that I used throughout my entire college career that I'm sure would be helpful to you, and I'm sure you use as well. Just stuff like making schedules to get your assignments in order. I was also working while I was in school throughout my entire college career, so having that set schedule and the class allowing me to really ingrain that in myself early on is what allowed me to succeed in the long run for sure. We also did projects and different assessments within the course that definitely helped me in the long run to better understand myself and better assess my future. So knowing more about the qualities that I succeed in personally is kind of what guided me from my computer science pathway to what I do and work as today as your technical project manager. And one of these assignments that helped us kind of make a purpose for ourselves was actually writing a purpose statement, which I always actually keep on my desk just to remind me. It's definitely influenced the way I see things in the class itself, and what I've learned definitely helped shape my future and where I am today. So I always keep it here. My purpose statement is to connect with and better understand the people around me through my affinity for empathizing and relating to others, to not only be the best possible version of myself, but to help others as well. So yeah, I mean, a big part of how I came to the place I was today is just learning those strengths in that class and really applying them to how I laid out my future and my career and my academics. I've always been quite a empathetic person, and I love to, again, help people and connect with people, and this class showed me that those were actually some of my top strengths. Just being a developer of people, just really just being a people person in general, and I really changed my viewpoint on my career as a computer science major and what that would entail. And it allowed me to incorporate the things that I know I succeed at and I know that are core strengths within me, and apply them to how I'm going to use it for my career. In terms of my academic pathway, I started out after going to high school. I did online school at Valencia, of course, and I stayed there for 2 years to complete my AA, majoring in computer science. And then I transferred to the University of Central Florida, which was also in Orlando, and it was an easier transition because of the program they had set up. And I completed my bachelor's degree at the University of Central Florida, and I did stick with computer science, but the class really allowed me to shape the way that I viewed my future, and that's when I really started to think about the position that I am in now, being a technical project manager, because it could apply those skills that I learned that were my core strengths, and it incorporated not only, again, my love for the maths and sciences and my goal to be a computer science major, and incorporated it into a specified job position where that could be included, as well as my personal strengths and connections to other people that I knew I was good at and succeeded. Being an online student throughout my entire completion of my AA at Valencia, the resources that really helped me were going to be those online resources that my teachers made available to me throughout the course, as well as teachers themselves, like just the availability to be able to message them and everything. So I'm sure you know about just the connection with the teachers would really help me to succeed, and the availability they had to help me to succeed, as well as being in an online environment. The other online students were a great help and a great resource that you could rely on, and something you have to rely on as well, just because the online environment is going to be a lot different than in person, of course, and it was very different for me, which I'm sure you know as well, being in person. So there's a bit of a difference there, but I definitely had to rely on my resources of the people around me. And yeah, that included just my fellow classmates. We would go into discussion boards or just connect through each other on our Canvas platform, and that would really help me to succeed throughout my entire online education at Valencia.
Knowing the cost of tuition these past 4 years, how did you handle and take on the burden of your tuition expenses?
Well, when it came to the burden of the tuition cost throughout my entire college career, working and being a student, it came with its challenges, which I'm sure you know, being an intern now, but it also definitely helped in terms of the money side of things. So that's how I covered a lot of my tuition, just saving up a lot. And actually, my class, New Student Experience, that I took freshman year at Valencia is something that really applied to my success in that term, because we actually had a project in which we made a cost of our entire college experience, where we estimated and everything, were in terms of cost of living, transportation at the different colleges that we were looking to go to, as well as at our Valencia careers. And that definitely helped me budget and realize that I had enough money saved up, and including the money that I would make over the years, to cover the estimated cost of living, tuition, books, everything like that, which I'm sure you're familiar with. But yes, definitely having that plan worked out helped me so much, and helped me create a better idea of what I had ahead of me in terms of cost, and helped me create a budget so that I could follow that and overall succeed in the future. For my cost of education at Valencia, if I recall correctly, it was around $11,000, and that was in part due to in-state tuition, which made education a bit cheaper in Florida, of course, which I'm sure you know. And then on top of that, I was an online student who was not commuting, and I also lived at home. So that is why the cost of education, including my cost of living, were a lot lower. So the $11,000 covered my 5 semesters that I took to complete my AA degree at Valencia. And then when it comes to University of Central Florida, I did move to Orlando actually, and took all my classes in person. And then I also did get 75% Bright Future Scholarship, which aided in lowering my tuition cost a bit, but it was $65,000 for the completion of a 2-year bachelor degree. And that included just cost of living, because then I was not paying rent, and just transportation. And so it was around $65,000, I would say, including everything, books and everything like that, which I'm sure you're comfortable
What
with.
made you choose the route to become a technical project manager after majoring in computer science?
Well, I was introduced to the idea of technical project management as I was pursuing these strengths that I found in my New Student Experience class, which included things like empathy, being a developer, being a good communicator. And those strengths really inspired me to put something that I know I'm good at intrinsically and apply that to my wanted career field and degree of computer science. And so the job came upon me when I was just researching ways that I could apply both of those strengths that I had and the idea of computer science and jobs related in the tech field. So the project manager position in the technical terms was something that was new to me. And while I was looking into actual job positions after I completed my degree at UCF in the position of a technical project manager, I did just start out getting experience as a software developer, which correlated to my computer science degree, of course, as you know, and it's like the classic transition to do. So I thought I'm gonna get my experience on first and then eventually get the experience that I need so that I can pursue this position that I wanted to in the future. So I started at a small startup in Tampa, and I worked there for about 3 years before I finally got my first accepted position to be a technical project manager. So it was a lot of applying, and eventually I was accepted to a smaller scale collaboration effort on a app development like we're doing now with Wander. And that initial project, though, the smaller one that I first took on after working for a bit as a software developer, is what really got me that foot in the door in terms of the project manager type field in the tech world, and yeah, led me where I am today. So far, this is going to be my 5th project that I've worked on as a technical project manager, and yeah, I've been working at it since I left college about 6 years ago. So yeah, it's been a good 3 years of me doing project management, specifically technical project management only. And yeah, so that previous experience working as a software developer really aided me in now overseeing software developers. And yeah, this position allows me to apply those intrinsic values I learned about in my new sim experience class, and yeah, allowing to connect to you guys and be your leader is not only parts of the job description that are necessary, but there is something that I excelled at, and I learned that I excelled at intrinsically. And yeah, so that's that's the path I took, to get to where I am at this point, to change from that just software developer standpoint and job position to something that includes the connecting with people and allows me to develop people and help them grow in their own right, as well as help me again be a better person, because intrinsically my values are just to help others, to see others succeed. Those are true things that I just value, and this position allows me to do, while also incorporating, of course, the tech aspect of things. And yeah, so that's why I went from a computer science degree and got a bit of experience in that specific field, and then I went into, of course, a technical project manager route. As you know, as a technical project manager, I oversee the team here, of course, in their development. Specifically here, we're doing an app development, of course, with Wander, and I just make sure we stick to our budget, stick to our deadline, and make sure that our results are approved in quality terms. And I oversee the team in general to make sure we can perform that result. And I, of course, use those qualities that I referred to earlier with my connection to people, my ability to do so well, to develop others, and that's why I believe I'm be able to do it so well. I hope so.
And do you have any advice for me regarding the completion of my senior year, and any tips for entering the job market?
Of course. So a lot of advice I would have to give is what I referred to earlier, where I was just instilled with the values of having a schedule while I'm doing college courses and how important that is for my success. So as you complete your senior year, I definitely would recommend that first and foremost. That's something that truly helped me complete my degree to the success that I did, and to get where I am today. And I still use schedules today, of course, just to get the work done we have here and everything like that. So besides scheduling, I would say when it comes to the job market, networking is for sure of most importance in the tech field. And I would say the tech field is very large. So just like how I used my own strengths and values to find where I want my place to be in it, I wholly recommend you do the same and search and really look into what you can do. You are completing a computer science degree, of course, but a lot of people wouldn't expect a computer science degree from someone who is a technical project manager. So I would just recommend don't putting yourself in a box when it comes to job search. The tech field is of course very big, very growing, and there's so many areas. So, and I know how amazing you are, of course, working here. So I know you're gonna do great things out there. And yeah, just in terms of just searching for what you truly want, getting experience, of course, is of the utmost importance, no matter what rank you're starting at, just to get that experience. And of course, if you're still figuring out where you want to be in terms of the tech field, I would strongly recommend doing that. But yeah, I would just always look within when you're trying to search for your dream passion, your dream job, not just to the core values I told you earlier with math and science and how those are something that I always enjoyed and wanted to apply, of course, in my schooling and therefore my job after my computer science degree. And yeah, I would just recommend looking at that as well as what your strengths are personally and what you're not only going to be happy at but succeed at because of your personal goals and strengths. So those would be my main recommendations. Well, do you have any other questions for me?
No, thank you so much. It was so nice hearing about your journey, and it's definitely made me a lot more confident going into the job market. Am I able to contact you again if I need any other?
Of course, anytime. No problem at all.
Thank you.
Of course. Have a good one.